Every Hull City player to feature at the European Championships or the Euros. Hello there and welcome back to the HullCityFanCentral YouTube channel, where today I'll be cracking through all of the Hull City players that have featured at some point in their careers at the Euros, whether that be all the way going to the final, in some cases we'll get to that, or becoming bottom of their groups, and we'll come to that in a second. And this all sparks off the fact that the Euros, it starts tonight. As this video goes out, I believe in half an hour's time from when this video goes live, the Euros will start with Germany versus Scotland. So I thought I'd get into a bit of Euros fever with looking at the 37 players, I believe, that have played for Hull City at some point in their career and also played in the Euros. So first of all, start off with a man who is in the current England squad, will play at the Euros this year, hopefully taking England all the way to the finals and actually winning it this time. And of course, has had quite a good Hull City career, being Jarrod Bowen. He's been called up to his first ever international tournament for England. Of course, he's played in the Nations League, I believe, and also in quite a few friendlies for England, grabbing a few caps along the way. But it's his first international tournament and with England. So Jarrod Bowen is the only Hull City player of all time to feature at this current Euros. The first player to represent England at the European Championship finals, or the Euros, and then go on to play for Hull City was Mark Hateley, who featured 3 times in 1988 as the Three Lions finished bottom of Group 2. Hopefully, we do not see a repeat this year. Then hometown hero Nick Barmby has also featured 5 times across 2 tournaments. In the 1996, of course, that famous Euros, and then in the 2000s. He featured 3 times at the Euros in '96, which saw England lose to Germany on penalties in the semi-finals. Barmby has also made 2 appearances in the 2000 Euros. Harry Maguire, of course, he's probably the best Hull City player to go and feature at the Euros so far. Of course, we'll see what Jarrod Bowen does this year. But Harry Maguire featured 5 times for England in their run to the finals at the last Euros in Euro 2020. Of course, played in 2021 because of the old virus that we do not name. He netted in the quarterfinals against Ukraine in that big win. And then he also scored that powerful spot kick in the finals in the penalty shootout. But unfortunately, it wasn't enough and we did lose to Italy, but not this time round. It's coming home, my friend. Moving on to opponents for host nations, Germany in the 2024 tournament opener. Scotland have already called up 2 former Hull City players, that being Andy Robertson, of course, Andy Robertson and Liam Cooper, both of who will be playing for Scotland at this current Euros. And they both featured, of course, at last time's out Euros, Euro 2020, of course, played in 2021, with Robertson playing all 3 group games while Cooper only featured once. Also in Scotland's squad during the Euro 2020 was goalkeeper David Marshall. Of course, had quite a nice stint at Hull City, I should say. And he played all 3 games, of course, in the group as Scotland failed to get out of their group. And Stephen Kingsley, who was an unused substitute during the entire tournament. 9 former Hull City players have been called up to the Republic of Ireland Euro finals in 2012. Keith Andrews, Shane Long, John Walters all played, while Paul McShane and Stephen Hunt were unused substitutions in all 3 games. In 2016, Long and Walters both earned further appearances in the Euros, along with Stephen Quinn, who played once as a substitute in a 1-0 win over Italy in Group E. Those were the days. And Robbie Brady, who was in his 4th appearance, netted the winner against Italy and struck in the last 16 defeat against France. Also named in the 2016 squad were David Myler and Cyrus Christie, who both were unused substitutes throughout. Of course, Cyrus Christie only recently a former Tiger. Northern Ireland have only competed at the 2016 Euro finals, and during that time they had Josh McGuinness and Corey Evans, who played all 3 group games, while the 1995-1996 Player of the Year winner Roy Carroll was an unused substitute who had a little stint for us quite some time ago. Missing out on the Euro 2024 is Wales, as they will not be at the tournament after losing in the final to Ukraine of the qualifiers, I believe. But they have had 3 former Tigers at the finals. FA Cup final winner, scorer. We didn't win. Scorer James Chester's played every minute of all 6 games at Euro 2016 as Wales reached the semi-finals. In 2020, ex-academy prospect Dan James featured 4 times, while ex-loanee Harry Wilson earned 3 caps at that tournament. At Euro 2020, Marcus Forss, who of course had a little 6-month stint with the Tigers on loan a few seasons ago, he represented Finland twice, while Dusan Kusak, who was an unused substitute for all 3 games for Slovakia. Fellow goalkeeper Peter Gulaski, of course, somehow played for Hull, and he's gone on to do wonders in his career, who's been called up for the Euro 2024. He featured 3 times for Hungary in 2020 after being an unused substitute in the 2016 tournament. Another goalkeeper, Eldin Jakupovic, was an unused substitute for Switzerland all the way back in Euro 2008. But of course, he had quite a nice stay at Hull City and has recently moved on to try and revive his career. I'm not sure if he's still playing. He might have just retired or something. But yeah, very impressive stay at Hull City. Came out of nowhere, really, as he was like a 3rd choice keeper at one point. Despite Abdul Shamir missing out on the final 26-man squad for Turkey, of course, he did make the initial squad, but then the chopping block took him out. His club teammate and compatriot Ozan Tufan has made 6 appearances in the Euros finals, featuring 3 times in 2016 and again a 3-time appearance in 2020. In the 2016 tournament, the 29-year-old netted in the 2nd goal in a 2-0 win over Czech Republic, firing his finish past Petr Cech. Of course, Petr Cech, he's not a goalkeeper that many people consider fired goals past, especially at international tournaments, I'll say. Featuring 3 times in the Tigers' maiden Premier League season, Stylianos Kompianos, definitely butchered that name, very sorry. He played 4 times, including the final as Greece memorably won the Euro 2004. So, of course, he's the first one that we mentioned that's actually won the Euros, of course, in that memorable 2004 Euros, with the experienced winger playing a further 2 games in Euro 2008, while Sebastian Larsson earned 11 of his 133 caps for Sweden at 4 Euros tournaments, first appearing in 2008, scoring once in the 3 appearances at the 2012 tournament, as well as featuring a further 3 times at Euro 2016. The midfielder captained his country in the 2020 edition of the European Championships. At Euro 2008, everyone's favourite Hull City player who has the world's longest name, Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink, featured once for the Netherlands, while Hatem Ben Arfa represented France twice in the 2012 edition, staying with the Euro 2012 edition. Nikiki Jelavic scored for Croatia's opening Group C fixture in a 3-1 win over Republic of Ireland, with the striker featuring in all 3 group games. Tigers favourite Kamil Grosicki, of course, he will be heading to the Euros this year with Poland, and this is his 3rd Euro tournament now, making his first appearance all the way back in Euros 2012 as a substitute against Czech Republic. The now 36-year-old played in every game for Poland in Euro 2016, registering an assist in the round of 16 and quarter-finals, where they were knocked out on penalties by eventual winners Portugal. So, those are all of the Hull City players that have ever featured and will feature at the European Championships. Hopefully, Jared Bowen can do Hull City proud, do England proud at this year's Euros. I'll be certainly cheering him on, along with a little cheer on for all of the other ex-Tigers that will be playing at the European Championships. Of course, unless they come up against the mighty England, because football, it's coming home, my friend. It's coming home. So make sure that you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel to keep up to date on everything Hull City, as we are now officially in the summer transfer window. It opens up today, and so all the dealings can go on. So you do not want to miss out on anything Hull City by liking and subscribing. And I will catch you in the next video. Up the Tigers.